Hey everybody, Soybean Farmer. It's January the 12th. I'm out here trying to see what I can do about this leak on this Ford tractor. It's not a leak, it's a gush, it's a flow. Yeah, one of them things you can't wrap a napkin around and keep going. I read a bunch of stuff, talked to a bunch of people, looked at a bunch of pictures. I think I got a clue, but let's see what happens. Yep, been on there forever. And it acts like there's something else holding it. And there is definitely something else holding it. Well, I thought it was just a cover plate and thought it was just the valve. The fluid come out of here, went up through here, got regulated through here by that right there. But it acts like something is holding it on. I don't know what. It was, thinking it should just come apart. Exploded parts diagram I looked at, I don't see how this bolt or this bolt actually goes into anything in there. I do know this pipe sitting in here, but it's so loose I can turn it with my fingers. All right, I went back and really stared carefully at that diagram and realized there was a pin right here. And let's see now if that's gonna loosen things up a little bit. Nope. After some time working with this little pipe, I managed to get it to slide up. There were a couple of people that told me that it would actually do that. And as you can see, I've got a paper towel up under it. I managed to get the O-ring off using this pick tool, and it broke. It was brittle, it was dried up. I've got a replacement O-ring, so I'm gonna see if I can get it in there. Well, there's really not that great a place to put a camera to let you try to watch this. And I'm probably going to be fumbling with this for a while because I don't really know how the heck I'm going to go about getting this in there. And the oil wants to come oozing out of there, which tells me I've probably got way too much oil in this thing. But we'll get to that step when we get to that step. All right. How do we go about getting that on there? I don't know. Praise God. Praise God, it's on there. It's in the groove and everything. That little tool right there is what let me hook it back behind and slip it around. Okay, I'm excited. It's nice and wet with hydraulic oil on it. Now, I guess the next big trick is trying to get it to go back down in the hole. Well, I don't know. I managed to get the O-rings in it. That pipe must have a specific position that it's supposed to be in, because you can see by the mess on the wheel here, it blew out when I first got it up under load pressure. Made a big old mess down in there. So I adjusted it a little bit in the up and down position, and I certainly don't see how that C-clip has anything to do with where it's supposed to be, because that's only holding it in one direction. But I think I've got it where it's at least, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a lot of confidence in this. That hydraulic repair thing where I was asking y'all to help me identify that plate so I could get started on a part search. Brad, thanks a million for turning me on to that site that's got all the parts. It turns out that's a dealer site. All the different dealers that I've been talking to, I can get on that site, get the parts diagram up, see all the part numbers. They're looking at the same site, so we're trading the same part numbers, and dealers really appreciate it when you call them up and you've got the part number, instead of calling them up and saying, I need that thingamabob from a doodad. That's not fun for a parts man at a dealership. But anyhow, this thing's turned into a real pain in the butt. I managed to get that little pipe to slide up enough to replace the bottom O-ring, and then slid it back down, cranked the tractor, and I was all excited. It looked good. I mean, it was dry. I did the clean, dry paper towel test on it. It was looking great. And after about 5 minutes of enjoying how great it looked, it went leaking out of the top. And there's no way you can slide that pipe down. It hits something solid in that direction. You're not changing that O-ring out of the top that easy like that. So I proceeded to try to take that cover plate off, and it would not come off. There was more to it, and I learned more about it and found out that I'm going to have to take this plate off. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Walk out here in the rain. That plate, this plate right here, that plate. Now I know people have done that before, and now I'm about to join that club with being able to say, yeah, I took that plate off. But I've got to get down inside of here to detach a pipe that connects right here, and then I can take the 4 bolts out and that'll come off and let me get, you can see my bandage down there on that, to finalize this repair, and it'll be right. Issue with this, I've been told this thing's heavy, 130 maybe 150 pounds, and there is a pipe that comes up out of this casting that goes right in here. And you've got to pick this thing straight up so you don't bend that pipe and mess up the O-rings that are on it. Well, I went ahead and bought the O-rings, and I'll replace them while I'm in there, but I don't want to bend the pipe. I was so frustrated with that little pipe. I was actually able to slide the pipe up, replace the bottom O-ring, slide it back down, and I stood there and admired it for about 3 minutes, and then it started leaking at the top. And it's just not possible to slide the pipe up, down. I'm confused. Anyhow, I can't change the top O-ring. I can't get the pipe to move to give me access to that top O-ring. So from that point, it's take that plate off, and you can't get the plate off until you take the top cover plate off. So I decided to come down here and get the correct gasket and the parts I need. And I'm getting real close to where I'm supposed to turn, so let me put this camera down. Okay, I found it. It's called Premier Equipment. Cousin and I were talking about it in the combine the other night, and he asked me, and I said, I don't remember. Had it written down, a bunch of papers, stuff like that. Brought my parts diagram with the highlighted colors. Parts that I need. Let's see here, and I hope I can go talk to the shop mechanic, because there's a picture of my tractor and what I'm trying to work on. Maybe he can give me some heads up. I figured I'd give y'all a quick look at these tractors sitting over here. Yeah, they're all the new stuff they got for sale. That's that word I was trying to pronounce, Mahindra, I guess. Well, the people helped me out. It was real friendly. They let me go back in the shop and talk to the mechanic. So I got a good idea now of what I'm getting into, pulling this plate off. New Holland. Pretty cool. All right, let's get on back home.